man. Armageddon is coming. Because Armageddon ain't going to come until the mark of the beast come. Then Armageddon going to come. All right? It says 15, right? This is 2nd Ezra 14, verse 15. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are, you know what, man? Most High, when I want to read Ezra, man, that the whole book is good. I want to get into that Most High willing on the street. You know, the 13th chapter, the 14th chapter, the 15th chapter, the 16th chapter, and some of the other chapters. You know, because we got, right now we got, well, hold up, I got the scripture. Wait a minute, I got the scripture. It says there's Ecclesiasticus 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all ancients. All ancients is talking about the prophets, the Psalms, the Proverbs, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, the book, the Old Testament, the New Testament, and be occupied in prophecies. So the mindset that you're supposed to be in is to be occupied in prophecies. We're not saying that you can't teach certain laws and stuff like that, but the main thing that you're supposed to be really into, your focus is supposed to be on, is these prophecies. This 4-part series rather, we did on the mark of the beast being a chip, is nothing but prophecy. Nothing but prophecy. And it's not getting ready to come to pass. It is coming to pass right before your eyes, man. All right, now let me go back. Where the hell did I go? Okay, 15 verse again. 2nd Ezra 14, verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from the times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So it's going to get worse. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. The infrastructure of the society, man. Somebody get me Isaiah 14 and what is that, 9? So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So things are going to get worse. You can read that out.
Isaiah 14 and 9, it says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Yeah, because you're going straight down, devil.
Yeah. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. Okay. Oh, I thought you was going to. Oh, okay. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Now that's directed to the so-called white man who was at one time, he fancied himself more powerful than all the other nations. But now he's being brought down to their level. Right. Like case in point, the Japanese and the Chinese, at one time, right, they looked up to the so-called white man. Yep. Really not anymore. Yeah, they know he's the devil, number one. For the Japanese, Hiroshima proved that. Yep. The way he dealt with the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they know that. They'll never forget Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They got monuments over there. And who did Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The so-called white man. Yep. All right? So they're not going to forget that. So deep in their heart of hearts, they hate the so-called white man, the Japanese, the Chinese. And I'm just using them as an example. Isaiah 14 and 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And that's directed to the so-called white man. Thy pomp, which at one time they had, going back to the Bourget family, when known as the first crime family, when they came into power, that was the beginning of their pomp. All right? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee, which means what? Corrosion. Like all the Apostle Paul mentioned about the infrastructure of, take for instance, the infrastructure of America. The last grade it received was about a D minus. All right? You got bridges right now, even as we speak, ready to just crumble and fall apart. Okay? So the infrastructure of America in particular is the grade that it received was a D minus. Okay? And there's an old saying, as the infrastructure go, so goes the nation, or so goes the country. The Rome. The Appian Way, right. At one time, the Appian Way, which was located in Rome, used to be taken care of. Yep. You know, and then when Rome fell into decline, when the denarius started being cheapened and devalued, the Appian Way wasn't being taken care of. And it became dilapidated, all right? Yep. Just look up the history. And the Appian Way, that was one of the main vein, if you will, through going for commerce.
All roads lead to Rome.
All roads lead to Rome. One of the main roads was the Appian Way. That's why the highways of America really goes back to Rome. Yeah. The way they created the highways, that goes back to Rome. Okay? Thy pomp is brought...
And if I may say, back then in the Roman Empire, the soldiers would actually build bridges and roads and all of that, you know? So they were not just soldiers, they were also, while they weren't taking down a country, they would build stuff, you know, whether it be ramps or bridges or whatever.
They still have that Army Corps of Engineers, those they build stuff.
Look at that.
Build four bridges and stuff.
There you go. So going back to the prophecy, it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave. So all of that led to your pomp. Like in the 50s when the highways were built, anyone will tell you America's best years were the 40s and the 50s. Yep. Now, after the late 50s going into the early 60s when Vietnam came in, that's when America started cycling, going down the drain. If you watch shows like Father Knows Best and Leave It to Beaver, you could see the pomp. You know,
there were more moral-based shows.
Yeah,
you know, family-based
shows. Yep. Yeah. So that was the pomp of this.
Daniel 7, I believe. Mm-hmm. They were more stout than their brethren.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was those family-based shows. Now, you don't see that anymore.
Now you got Simpsons and Married with Children, right. The degenerate shows. You know?
The dilapidation of the family. Yep. Easy, what they call that? Easy love.
Yeah, homosexual.
You know, homosexuality,
lesbian,
free love. Yeah,
free love.
That's what it's called. And that came in the late 60s. You had the free love movement. And that's part of the prophecy where it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave. Talking about your pomp, so-called white man. Talking about you. That's right. You. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, meaning that you being brought down. And the noise of thy vials, also your songs, your music. The worm is spread under thee, meaning corrosion. All right? Your society is being corroded from inside out. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Again, the so-called white man. Really, that's talking about your elites, your Illuminati, your secret societies. How are you fallen from heaven, meaning rulership? O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And that's pretty much it.
All right, so going back to the book. Let's go back to the book, right, Apostle Tar. All right, going back to the book, it says that beast is the return, revival, and restoration of the ancient Roman Empire, Revelation 13:3, recognized today as a European Union, also the NATO. Pursuant to Revelation 17:12, we learn and perceive that the collapse of the European Union is imminent. And we're witnessing it in the prevalent ongoing European sovereign debt crisis.
You got to read that again.
It says, pursuant to Revelation 17:12, we learn and perceive that the collapse of the European Union is imminent. And we're witnessing it in the prevalent ongoing European sovereign debt crisis, as nations such as Greece, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, and Italy are struggling economically. In the United States, the birthplace of RFID, politicians and lawmakers have included and integrated RFID into legislation being approved by the FDA. RFID has been proposed in healthcare reform, border security / illegal immigration, social security, and military law enforcement.
Yeah, I know. I read. I was trying to find. I came across a story. Now they, the body replacement parts
Right.
for organ transplants. They're putting the chip in them now.
Oh yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
What was the name of that movie?
You talking about what's his name? With the actor?
The RZA was in it, right?
Yeah, he was in there.
Forrest Whitaker was
Forrest
in it.
Whitaker was in there, and I forgot the other guy. I forgot the name
damn.
of the movie.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the movie. But basically, in the movie, you were able to buy organs, but
Right.
the organs were like mechanical organs. And if you didn't pay the money you owe for the organ, they will come and repo men or something like that.
Yeah, repo,
Repo?
something. Yeah.
Yeah, so they will come and
Repo, right.
repossess the organs from you. So you could be in the middle of the street somewhere walking, and they catch you, because they had these would show you that they had the RFID in them, because
Yeah.
that's how they would know, okay, this person is delinquent on their payment, and they would catch them whether they be in a building
And that's
or on
what
the
Aaron
street.
Russo said.
Yeah.
Aaron Russo said that to Alex Jones, who allegedly set him up.
That's heavy. That's
Aaron
heavy.
Russo said, look, if the people protest, they could just turn off their chip.
Yep.
Aaron Russo, they got him, man.
Yeah.
They got him. He revealed too much.
Yep. So they silenced him. It says the global plan of the international bankers is to merge and establish all people and nations of the world under a one world government, wherein this worldwide government will regulate and monitor the population via the RFID chip. This chip will be proposed, offered, and presented as the alternative currency solution to the ailing dollar and euro.
And basically, that chip makes the so-called white man God.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants to be. At the end of the day, he wants to be God. That's why at the He-Man Masters of the Universe.
Yep.
Who was they had there? Black Man?
No.
Yeah, the Adam.
Lily-livered, yeah.
Dude's name was Adam, by the way. He was a so-called white man, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yep.
Because that's what they want to be. They want to be God. Yeah, well, check that out. And that takes us back to Ezekiel. Because thou hast said, the prince of Tyrus have said, I am God.
Yep.
You know?
You shall be a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said, I will be like the Most High. We were reading in Isaiah the 14th chapter, because they really want to be the Most High.
And the fact that Adam turns into a so-called black man when he gets the power, he says, I am the power. That proves that they know that Jake is the real God, man. That's the proof right there.
It says, as the New World Order encompasses the theory of a global one-world economy, one fact, and it's not a coincidence that everything that's going on around the world is centered around an economic basis. If you notice these different countries, what's the main thing that's bringing them down? Their economy. Why are people rioting? The economy. Why are people bugging out? The economy. One factor and component the elites will use to influence and persuade the masses to accept the chip is religion, namely through the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Pope, and also guys out there that call themselves Israelites that are going to go and try to bring out Romans the 13th chapter and try to say that they have to obey the government based off of that scripture. Like Nate. The Pope and the Roman Catholic Church represent the false prophet, Revelation 16:3, 19:20, and 20:10. Other powerful, influential, and prominent figures will also be deceptively exploited and used to deceive the masses. Realization and awareness that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast is important and imperative. Equally meaningful is being...
My man Mike the Hamite still believes in the mark of the beast. He just believes in the Hebrew.
That's all he cares about.
I guess so. I'm not, allegedly, there's a story circulating that Pope Francis is endorsing the RFID microchip. But then they came back with another one, hoax alert, Pope Francis. Yeah, he called. So why is that so far-fetched? Right.
And then they say that all the employees of the Vatican have to have the RFID, the microchip in them,
Yeah,
to
check
be able
that
to
out.
track them wherever they go.
Well, now, see, but that's what I'm saying. I just Googled it. Pope calls for microchip. Here's one story saying Pope denies RFID as mark of the beast. Vatican employees. The Pope
Well, look, we can see through all that. All
Can,
right?
can.
We're gonna get this. Whether he denies it or not, he's a little guy on a totem pole.
That's it. That's it.
They gonna get it too.
That's it.
Whether
yeah.
he denies, we're not concerned about what he feels and thinks.
Yeah, that's right. There's another one. Yeah. The Pope and the Vatican force implements RFID chip technology. So the point is, you got information, and you got right in the smack dab in the middle of it, you got disinformation. So that's that perplexity.
Controlled opposition.
Control opposition, and creates perplexity. People are perplexed. I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's what they're banking on.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good that you don't know what to believe.
Especially in Israelite
And you
land.
can't say nobody told you.
That's
we told you. All right?
With perplexity, especially in Israelite land, there's much perplexity spreading like wildfire. I don't know, GMS is the guys. But no, they're not the guys. No, they're the guys. No, they're not the guys.
Get out your emotions, man. Equally.
It ain't got nothing to do with emotions. This guy has everything to do with the spirit. You can be as cool as a cucumber and still be wrong. Okay? There's the spirit. Second Corinthians 4:2. But if I'm sorry. 4:3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the power of this world have blinded, there goes the word blinded, the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel, good news of Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So if you don't get it, it was meant that you didn't get it, all right? It's not that the Most High lost one. Okay, he ain't lose nobody, all right?
That's right.
The ones that's going to get it is going to get it. The ones that's not going to get it is not going to get it.
Yeah, if I may quickly say, in Isaiah, he said he will make them of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. So the ones that, they can't get it, that means they're not part of that, they're not on that elect list. They're not part of the elect. But the elect, they'll be of quick understanding. They'll get it like that,
Equally meaningful is being cognizant of the Most High's stance concerning the chip, grasping and comprehending why the Most High explicitly forbids it, and understanding the consequences and repercussions of taking the chip. First and foremost, inserting the chip is a sin transgressing Levitical law. Furthermore, in doing so, the individual has chosen to serve Babylon the Great, asserting Edom, the devil, as the master they love, rather than the creator and power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Can I read that right quick? What I just said, Isaiah 11:2. And this backs up what Elder Apostle Tar just said. Look, if a dude can't get it, he wasn't meant to get it, man. That's just the bottom line. Isaiah 11:2 and 3. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him. Now, really, this is talking about Yahweh Shai. There's a prophecy speaking about Yahweh Shai, but those that follow Yahweh Shai will be in the same spirit. Those that belong to him, those that are of his.
Let this mind be in thee that was in Yahweh Shai.
That was in Yahweh Shai. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord, and shall make him of quick understanding. So it won't take long for a guy to get it, all right, if he's of that ilk. And shall make him of quick understanding.
It's going to click.
It's going to click. Just like when you go in the car and you put on your seatbelt, it don't take you long to click that motherfucker, man. As soon as you put a click, that's it. You in there, And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Yeah, I don't like them guys' garments. One thing about Nate and them, they got them nice garments. So I think them guys, the Lord got to be dealing with them. They have more order. They're better in order. See how they stand there? They all matching, same color and all that. Matthew 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false messiahs, all right? That's the word there. For there shall arise false messiahs, Mashiachs, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders insomuch that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. All these guys say the same thing, and they sound like broken records, like starting with Baloo. People leaving, dropping out of GMS left and right. Well, really? Really? There's still a lot of you see all them other videos in different states and different countries making the live videos, man. Ain't nobody dropping off. There's a couple of guys dropping off here and there, and new guys are coming in. And that goes the same with any other camp. Hey, when the Apostle Paul, there was a bunch of guys that dropped off from him. Did that mean he wasn't the Lord wasn't dealing with him? Huh? Judas Iscariot dropped off from the Lord, and he got destroyed for it.
Yeah, one time he said only Luke and Timothy was with him.
Yep. This is Matthew 24:31. It says, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect